The bond between a father and a daughter is a very special one. None more special than on her wedding day. So I ask, who is it who presents Elisabeth to you?
Oh, you have to say what I do as well. Or you can nod if you like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Shake your father's hand.
Thank you. Would you like to take your seats?
Just wheel them back.
Yes, thank you. Come over here, stand as everyone can see you. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to Hendel Manor Barns today, Thursday, the 16th of September, 2021. This is a very special day for Luke and Elisabeth. It's their wedding day. And my name is Linda, and I'm the Deputy Superintendent Registrar for the County of East Sussex. And it is my privilege and pleasure to conduct today's ceremony. Whilst my colleague Linda is the Registrar of Marriages and has ensured all the legal requirements have been completed, I will also witness that this marriage has been conducted as required by law. This room has been sanctioned according to law for the celebration of civil marriage, and through their vows will be making a declaration of love and commitment to one another. And through your presence here today, you are all expressing your support for them. And as family, and especially chosen friends, you are all here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Luke Edward Bishop and Elisabeth Ann Playford. However, before proceeding with the ceremony, I must ask that if any person present knows of any lawful reason why this marriage should not take place, they must declare it now. I think you're okay to go ahead. So our civil ceremony is simple, though no less meaningful, and we trust this is going to be a very special part of your day. So marriage is a commitment to a partnership of love, trust, honesty, equality and respect. It marks the start of a very special journey which enriches life. It's more than just falling in love. It's sharing the good times and the bad times, understanding and forgiving. It is contentment, joy and laughter, and believing in each other and supporting each other's hopes and dreams. And to you both, before you are joined in marriage, I am bound to remind you publicly of the solemn and serious and binding nature of the relationship in which you are now about to enter. Marriage is an institution ordained by the state and is not to be entered into lightly or unadvisedly. Marriage in this country is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life and to the exclusion of all others. And it is entered into with the desire, hope and firm intention this will last a lifetime. So before you exchange your two sets of vows, I'm going to ask you, are you both ready to make your vows? Perfect. So Luke, will you take Elisabeth as your wife, and will you be loving, faithful and loyal to her for the rest of your lives together?
I will.
And Elisabeth, will you take Luke as your husband, and will you be loving, faithful and loyal to him for the rest of your lives together?
I will.
If it's coming to the centre here now. I'm going to ask each of you in turn to declare you know of no lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So Luke, repeat after me if you agree with my question. Are you, Luke Edward Bishop, free lawfully to marry Elisabeth Ann Playford?
I am.
Elisabeth, okay, I am, agree. Are you, Elisabeth Ann Playford, free lawfully to marry Luke Edward Bishop?
I am.
Now we have reached the solemn moment for Luke and Elisabeth to exchange their marriage vows before you, their witnesses, promising to take each other as partners for life and promising to be loving and faithful throughout their future together. And as they say these words to each other, they do become husband and wife. So if you want to hold hands and say it to each other. Luke, repeat after me. I, Luke Edward Bishop,
I, Luke Edward Bishop,
take thee, Elisabeth Ann Playford,
take thee, Elisabeth Ann Playford,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wife.
Repeat after me. I, Elisabeth Ann Playford,
I, Elisabeth Ann Playford,
take thee, Luke Edward Bishop,
take thee, Luke Edward Bishop,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
The ancient traditional way of sealing a marriage contract is by the giving and receiving of rings, and Luke and Elisabeth have chosen to mark their wedding day in this way. So, Ethan, I think you've got the rings. Can you have the first ring then, please? Let's put the first ring. Stand back a bit. Okay, Luke, third finger. Repeat after me. Elizabeth, I give you this ring
Elisabeth, I give you this ring
as a reminder of the promises
as a reminder of the promises
that I have made to you today. May you wear it with love and happiness,
May you wear it with love.
now and always. Thank you, Ethan. Take a seat. Okay, repeat after me. Luke, I give you this ring
Luke, I give you this ring
as a reminder of the promises
as a reminder of the promises
that I have made to you today.
that I have made to you today.
May you wear it with love and happiness,
May you wear it with love and happiness,
now and always.
now and always.
Okay, don't leave hands. So Luke and Elizabeth, you've made here today those declarations prescribed by law. You've made a solemn and binding contract with one another in the presence of your family and friends. And you've sealed the contract with the giving and receiving of rings. And you've made a promise to each other of loyalty and commitment. So therefore, it gives me the greatest of pleasure to declare you are now lawfully husband and wife. Congratulations!
The day I drove home from hospital after Elizabeth was born was a new beginning for me. Her first words were Dad. Soon after, her new, quite deep voice started taking a new form as a drama queen. We would refer to her as Glenda Jackson, and when driving she would often get car sick. I remember vividly her speaking to us, "Book me a doctor, I feel sick." And we joked that she's not going to carry on like this. Thankfully for us and for Luke, she didn't carry on like this. Although she did remain a bit of a drama queen. For the first time I was a father of a daughter, and it was overwhelming. But anticipation of her life and for our relationship slowly helped me overcome those fears. And though I struggled when she was younger, we've become much closer. She's blossomed into an amazing person, and I am so grateful that we've managed to do that. I've been so proud to see how her life has changed with Luke, and how they made each other best people by their union. Andrew and I actually only met Luke for the first time at Elisabeth's nan's funeral, but the fact that he would join her there on that sad day spoke to us of the commitment, his heart, and of the son Paul and Becky have raised, and of the husband he will now be. And so today we stand at a new beginning for Elisabeth and Luke, as they become husband and wife. Like me, they're probably filled with feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and as it, with those feelings will hopefully melt away, in large part because they have enjoyed such a long, loving relationship already, but also as they anticipate the future, and everything that is yet to come. As I look at this beautiful woman before me, in the lovely wedding gown, I cannot help but reflect on the girl that she was, and the woman that she has become. She began by saying Dad, and I could not be more proud of her now, as I have the honour to give her away to such a worthy husband. Elizabeth and Luke, your friends and family surround you, and as you begin something new and marvellous, I would like to raise a toast. With every happiness possible, and long and joyful life as husband and wife.
We have a room full of sharp-dressed metal hitmen and beautiful ladies who may as well all be princesses. And don't forget little handsome Diamond. Love is truly in the air today. So, Bishy.
That's my alarm, I'm really sorry.
Bishy. You know how hard it was not to object earlier? To declare my undying love. But I've known Bish for around 8 years now. It would have been longer if I was a bit younger, as we went to the same college, studied the same subjects, just 3 years apart. Bish went into uni, I went on the other hand to work so that I could end up being his mentor in the art of grass cutting. We later became business partners, and better than that, we are brothers in musical madness. The first time we met, I have to be honest, I was gone. It's all a little bit vague. Our buddy Paul introduced us in a ploy to fill the void in our band Face Grabber. Later that night, I remember interrupting a serious conversation between Bish and Joff, a local maiden musician, just so that I could blabber some drunken nonsense about metal and squeeze. I'm so glad that I didn't put him off of trying out with us, because we bonded right from the first practice, though I did get your name wrong. For weeks I called you Bovril, then Leaf Stain. Eventually I unclogged my ears and got it right. Before you knew it, we would write music together and became like brothers. Lizzie even became a little bit worried that I was going to steal Bish away. I've missed my chance now. He has a ring on his finger though. Throughout these years, I've been privileged to witness the love that you two have grown together. You are both the most genuine people, with the kindest of hearts, always ready to help when you can. You both certainly helped me out with a stinker or two. At one point, Darby and I even became napping buds. You even became Uncle Bish, among other names to Logan, and soon to be Loki. You guys have included me in your lives, and I'm so happy and proud to be part of it. These last 2 years have been so challenging for everyone. We've either been stuck indoors, pulling out our hair, or burying ourselves deep into work, waiting for a lockdown to be over, and then dreading if there'll ever be another one. We've all lost people we love and care about. It's been hard to stay above the water while these times just keep dragging us down. Right here, right now, being part of this special day means the world to all of us. It is a slice of happiness and hope we've all been in need of. Bish and Lizzie, I wish you both the world of happiness and all the great things this world has to send your way. I love you guys.
Right. I like to think of myself as a man who's pretty quick with a quip. Alright. However, there was one moment a few years back that really caught me off guard. I was buying a Subway after a long shift at the theatre, and I got myself a Philly cheesesteak and a fruit shoot. And the cashier laughed. "You're right," I asked. "Yeah, I'm just enjoying the juxtaposition of your meal." Safe to say, I was not expecting a tired, haggard-looking sandwich artist at the end of the day to crack fire. After a moment, all I could say was, I live a life of juxtaposition. Which is true. I'm both introverted and extroverted. I struggle to talk to people I don't know, but I'll happily prance about on stage playing horrible metals to them. And I both love and hate my job at the same time. But this right here is the greatest juxtaposition I've managed. Two fairly broken people who weren't really looking for anything other than companionship sit here before you 8 years later, legally telling the world that together they kick bottom at friendship, love and all the other stuff that makes life fun. And what's in 8 years? We picked each other up, dusted each other off and pushed each other to be the best we can be. Those of you who've known us throughout have said that we're healthier, happier and just generally better than before we met. And that goodness grows every day exponentially. Forget Cheerios, the best way to start my day is waking up and seeing Lizzie. The welcome home I get every time I open the door feeling smelly and dishevelled from work always warms me up. Well, that and the ritual post-work coffee. My life is so much more full because I get to spend it with my best friend. When he drops me off from work, Lizzie It makes me so happy to see so many people from so many different parts of our lives here today to celebrate us coming together. And I can't wait to carry on our journey through life together. Lizzie, I am truly blessed to have you, and there is no one I'd rather get to join Tesco Club Card with. So Lizzie.
As opposed to our first dance, we're going to do our first jam. And it's going to suck. And thanks for watching.
In these moments of loss and torment, when the vast skies don't seem to call to you, when the weight of this world pressed down, and the stars have fallen like tears, 'cause I am with you always, from the darkness of night until the morning, as I am with you always, from life until death. It takes me. Monuments built to remembrance of me. The monuments fade and fall in decay. The memories of all that remains. As far as east is from the west, remember, as I am with you always, from the darkness of night until the morning, as I am with you always, from life until death takes me. When hope seems lost, down and lonely, I am here with you always. I am with you always, from the darkness of night, 'cause I am with you always, from the darkness of night until the morning. I